We're halfway through the final race of the season. It's lap 10 of 20. It's Ride, Irwin, Bridewell and Vickers. The top three men in the championship are your top three men on screen.
At the moment, this is the right position to be in for Glenn, because it gives him the opportunity, if he can do it on the last lap, it's his only chance to nip past, force his way past Kyle Ryder and not give Tommy Bridewell time to do the same.
Yep. That's a long way to wait, though, for that.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'll come back to you.
Through 30s. Glenn Irwin then now trying to get the drive, squeezing the power out of that beer monster Ducati, but just not close enough. Kyle Ryder's been squeaky clean.
Yes, he has.
Out front.
Yep. Had a little bit of a brake issue. We saw a couple of sort of unforced errors from him, running just a couple of metres wide up at Druids. But that was, he said he lost a little bit of feel. He didn't lose braking efficiency or power. He lost a little bit of feel from the lever, and that's critical.
They're lapping in the low 25s here in pretty cool conditions. 15-degree track temperature, only 10-degree air temperature at the moment here at Brands Hatch. The final round of the season, the 33rd and final race of this season. Who wins it? As it stands right now, Tommy Bridewell in third would be crowned champion by 2.5 points. Once more, we head around Clearways and Clark Kerr.
I'll tell you what, it won't be lost on Tommy Bridewell that if Glenn can just force his way past last two laps, and he then can't pass Kyle Ryde, the job's over for him. He'll know that.
The packed crowds that came in this morning have been waiting anxiously for this moment, and they're still here.
Yeah, a really big crowd. On my walk up here, I've got to go through one of the crowd enclosures from the grid to the booth here, and it's packed.
It is. It's brilliant to see as well. So many fans watching at home as well. Through 30s on lap 11 of 20, it's still the same as it was, as it has been for a few laps. Ride, Irwin, Bridewell, Vickers. Bit of a gap then forming back to Christian Idden in fifth.
Fastest lap for Tommy Bridewell.
Oh, here comes Glenn.
Comes
Up the inside, a Kyle Ryde through Hawthorne. Can he make it stick? This is the part of the circuit where, of course, Kyle Ryde is so strong. Can he bite back?
He will bite back immediately if he can, and this is where he might do it. He's going for the... didn't have the room to go for the inside.
No, he's not able to go through. So as it stands now, then, Glenn Irwin would be champion again.
Yeah, but now Tommy Bridewell's got a long time to weigh up and try and get past Kyle.
Ooh, thought about it through Sterling. Thought about it. 2.5 in favour of Glenn Irwin now.
Ryan Vickers back on the job as well.
Yep, he's back there, isn't he? It's like Goose from Top Gun, isn't he? Like, keeping an eye on Kyle. I'll be there when you need me. Around the final corner onto the home straight, it's Glenn Irwin doing what he needs to do. He leads ahead of Kyle Ryde, but has he gone too early?
I think he's gone when he thinks he can go. That, for me, that just gives Tommy an opportunity now, or longer, to do what he needs to do and get back on the tail of his teammate.
So Tommy knows if he can pick off Kyle, that he's in the prime spot.
Yep, that's it. And I think he'll be looking at setting something up as quick as he can, maybe at the end of the straight this lap.
Nail-biting stuff here at Brands Hatch as they approach Surtees on lap 12. Tommy Bridewell then, looking to get the power down. Can he get close enough to Kyle? Not on this time, not on this lap to go through. So it's as you were. Glenn Irwin, though, he'll be able to see that Glenn has just got a bit of a turn of pace here. He's maybe just eaten a tenth or two away, and that might force Tommy's hand. Although, again, through Sector 3 here is where Kyle Ryde on the Yamaha is just so strong.
That's Yamaha territory, that, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's just closed the gap straight back up again. These guys on a knife edge in terms of speed in cool conditions. You cannot underestimate how brilliant these guys have been in 2020.
Yeah, what you need is a cool head, because even that won't help. You just need to not panic and see what you can't work this one out, really.
One of these three boys will be crowned champion of British Superbikes for the first time in their career, something they've all dreamed of. And yet it could go wrong so quickly. They've got to stay on.
That's motorbikes for you.
Towards Druids. They've dropped the rest of the pack. Christian Idden in fifth, not able to live with this pace.
Little snap twitch of a slide from Kyle Ryde, that controlled it really well and didn't actually lose much time. And actually, when you're right behind somebody like Bridewell is behind Kyle, that upsets you as much as them.
It's actually brought Ryan Vickers a bit closer to Tommy now, although it's also given maybe Tommy a chance again, though. Kyle Ryde did really well to regroup.
This is it at Druids. Rear lets go, he closes the throttle, He gets straight back on the throttle again, and that did go.
And Tommy's through. Tommy's taking his chance to go through on Kyle Wright, though, he's going to bounce back. He's got that inside line, but he's not got the poke and the power of the Ducati. Tommy Bridewell then retakes the championship lead and is exactly where he needs to be. Can Kyle get back through on him? It doesn't look like it's possible. They've got a chance now. Will he have a look into the left-hander? No. And now this is crucial. This is crucial. Live standings, Tommy Bridewell leads the championship once more and would win it by half a point.
And this is as close a championship as we have ever had.
You can hear the fans there.
The Tommy fans yelping there,
yelping Tommy's name. The Glen Irwin fans nervously watching on. Now, we watched earlier on in the race, Kyle Wright found it so difficult to find a way through on Tommy Bridewell. Yeah,
there's a little bit of a machine advantage in terms of straight line speed with the Ducatis, and that means that you can't put yourself in a position to outbrake him, even if you've got superior mid-corner speed, which the Yamahas have, especially on the faster corners.
2/3 distance completed, just in case the red flags were to come out when it was declared a result. Glen Irwin leads, Tommy Bridewell second. Half a point in it in the championship. 4 changes of the championship lead in this race already.
We're not done yet.
And we are not done yet. Not by a long stretch. Can Kyle Wright do anything about that beer monster Ducati ahead of him? This is the only area of the circuit where you feel like Kyle has got the advantage and the potential to do so.
Yeah, the problem is he's got the advantage in a place where there's always a Ducati sat in front of him.
It's a one line, isn't it?
Yep,
so much.
Pretty much. He's made some real good passes at a place that I've never seen before at this level.
He's doing it though. No, a rehearsal perhaps for Kyle Wright, and Ryan Vickers is right there with him as well. Jack Kennedy has entered the pits. That's his final ride for the Martrain Yamaha team. Unfortunately for Jack then, the Irishman is out of this race. Kyle Wright is as close to Tommy Bridewell as you could imagine. Is he now having a look up the inside? He was having a look, but he cannot get through.
Yeah, just that extra bike length the Ducati can pull down that start and finish straight is enough.
Again, up towards Druids. No move, no room at the end for Wright. Ryan Vickers right there in fourth. Glen Irwin doing everything that he needs to do. He leads on lap 15 of 20. There's 6 laps left.
Yeah, Glen's doing everything he can. I mean, he's now hoping that somebody else does a bit of work here and something happens.
Well, Kyle Wright is certainly latching onto the tail of Tommy Bridewell. Bridewell not able to get too close to his teammate Glen Irwin at present.
Yeah, and remember, you're using a little bit more tyre if you're in Kyle Wright's position, because look, he's lost that 3 bike lengths down the straight. He's getting it all back now.
He has, yeah, but this is as close as he's been on the exit of Hawthorne Corner. This might be the move coming here from Kyle Wright.
Inside, if he's going to work, it'll be an inside move here.
Is he going to have enough there, or is he going to bide his time and wait for Stirling Corner? He's got to now try and build up that momentum. He'll cut over to the other side, and again, he's not close enough to pull off the move.
Yeah, Tommy's riding pretty well here. He's doing what he needs to do. He's been clean, he's been consistent, and he's not making any mistakes.
And again, around here, you're not going to see the Ducati being out-poked, if you like, by the Yamaha.
Down the straight, no, you're not. Out the corners, he's fantastic, and down the straights, he's quick.
Oh, he's doing well, though, to hold on here is Kyle Wright. And again, just not quite close enough to nudge his way through on Bridewell. Irwin it is that leads the race from Bridewell and Kyle Wright. You heard from Kyle earlier, he said he just felt like if he was to make a move, it would be risky. He wants to make it clean. He's a clean rider, is Kyle Wright. He won't want to mess this up completely, but he does need to get through. If he got any chance of the championship, he needs to get past both of these guys and hope that they engage.
Yeah, it's a massive ask for anything to happen that'll give Kyle a championship, but he's doing what he can do.
The pair of them were just marginally quicker than Glen Irwin in that first sector there. He's got to make something happen around here, Kyle Wright, if he's got any chance of getting through on Bridewell. Where is it going to be? Does he switch now to the inside and try and get that advantage? Rear end squirming around there on his Yamaha as well.
Yeah, and that's the problem. He's tighter, which means he's carrying more lean angle to try and have a go at a pass.
He's thinking about it again. No, the pair of them, though, have really got close to Glen Irwin now as well.
Yeah, they have.
And this could spice up. This could get pretty hot and tasty. Ryan Vickers just struggling a little to live with this pace through clearways. Glenn Irwin leads, but his lead's been cut. Tommy Bridewell up behind him. Kyle Ryde there in third. He's had a look up the inside at Paddock Hill Bend on a couple of occasions, and it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked again here.
Yeah, all Kyle Ryde can do is get in the slipstream and try and squeeze as much out.
Oh, there's a moment there for Glenn Irwin, and around the outside for Tommy Bridewell. Kyle Ryde's got the inside line. Tommy Bridewell has to sit up, and Kyle Ryde now leads. Unreal stuff here at Brands Hatch and Druids.
Unbelievable. We said we were waiting for a mistake, and that was a slight mistake, that.
As it stands, Tommy would still be champion, of course, because Glenn needs that Yamaha in between himself and Tommy Bridewell.
Yeah, but for my money now, with 3 laps to go, 3 and a bit, Glenn has another chance at this because we're in exactly the same position. Glenn knows that he needs to get past Kyle and not have his teammate doing. He's got another chance.
He's going through again, and he's up the inside of Kyle Ryde. Does he hold his line, though? We know on the cutback, Kyle Ryde's mustered through this sector.
Now there's a little bit of pressure on Tommy Bridewell again because he doesn't lead the championship.
He's made a mistake. Glenn Irwin makes a mistake and allows Kyle Ryde back through. Tommy fancies it as well. Oh, he thought about that one. He did think about that.
Little bit of panic coming in here.
Panic because they all just want it so much.
Maybe a little bit of tyre wear is coming into it as well.
It's cold, but this is heating up as we're about to come round and start lap 18 of 20. 2.5 points would separate Tommy and Glenn as things stand. Kyle needs them both to really rough each other up to have any chance at all. Across the line we go to start lap 18.
Remember, Tommy Bridewell at this point does not have to pass his teammate, but that leaves him in danger of his teammate nipping on the last couple of laps past Kyle Ryde, and then he's lost the championship past Tommy.
This time it's all quiet on the Western Front through Druids. No rash moves here. Glenn Irwin will look to now, and you can just see there again, and maybe a bit of tyre squirm on the exit of Druids for Glenn.
Yep, there's definitely been tyre wear for most of them. If you can just try and ride a bit smooth, then it's you're going to give yourself a better chance. Kyle Ryde tends to be able to make the tyre last on that Yamaha a little bit better than the Ducatis, a little bit more aggressive on the power, and they use a little bit more tyre.
And it just looks like here Kyle Ryde's got the grip as well. You can say exactly what you're saying. He's pulling away a little bit there. Glenn has not had the opportunity to go through on the approach to Hawthorn. Glenn might be getting a bit panicky here.
Well, I think they're both a bit panicky, both Glenn and Tommy, because if Glenn can just do something and nip past Kyle at the right moment and then Tommy can't, well, it's Glenn's championship.
Well, he's not got much time to try and work that equation out. We're about to start the penultimate lap of the 2023 season, and Kyle Ryde is going to be leading it. Third in the championship. It's been quite the weekend for the OMG Yamaha rider. And it's all to play for now for the 2 Beer Monster Ducati boys. Glenn Irwin, number 2, has to get a bite between himself and Tommy Bridewell to be crowned champion as we start the penultimate lap of the race.
Yeah, it needs to be closer to Kyle Ryde than this.
Down through Paddock Hill Bend. He was losing a bit of time between Druids and Graham Hill. On the last lap was Glenn Irwin, and he's backing it in there to Druids.
Yeah, that isn't him backing in, that's the bike sliding in. That's on the overruns. That means the engine braking system has given it too much cut to the rear wheel. That means it's sliding out, and that to me is an indication that the tyres are getting worn. Well, we know they are.
Glenn Irwin, can he make it a squeaky clean 30s and give himself a shot at Kyle Ryde on the back straight? That wasn't too bad.
Just be easy on that throttle. Don't spin the tyre. You spin
That's
that
all right.
tyre.
That's okay.
It's all right, sir.
That's okay. He's going to be up alongside him, but can he outbrake him? He's up alongside him, and he does outbrake him. But does he get it stopped? He goes through to take the lead, and again we have another championship lead change.
How many times has that? 8?
It must be. Glenn Irwin now would win the championship.
Yes,
That's the 7th time it's happened. And now in this position, Tommy Bridewell has got to make the move on Kyle.
Yep, and remember, his tyres are going to be just as worn.
Kyle, though, is not having this one. No. He's attempted that so many times here. We're about to start the final lap. A twitch on the rear end from Glenn Irwin as well as they head around Clearways. And now Tommy has got to do something about this.
He's got to make a pass. He has to make a pass for the championship. Has to do.
Oh, and he's squirming away. Losing grip is Glenn Irwin. We start the final lap of the year. The crowd don't know which way to look. Bridewell thought about engaging into Paddock Hill Bend, but he can't get through.
But you've got to be clean. A mistake's going to finish this one off for whoever does it.
Tommy knows, though, if he can go through, then it's job done. He does go through. Can he get it stopped? Kyle Ryde on the cutback. No, he doesn't. Tommy Bridewell's doing enough. As it stands now, it's the 8th change of the championship lead. And right now, Tommy would win it.
Yeah, and this is going to be difficult for Kyle to get anywhere near Tommy now at the end of that straight.
What does Kyle Ryde do? What can he do about this one? Tommy Bridewell at the moment is half a lap away from being crowned champion. Glenn Irwin, I don't think they're going to catch him. It's all down to Tommy and Kyle.
Yeah, it's going to be Sterling's if it's going to come from Kyle, I think.
Kyle has got to be so good through here to have any chance at the moment then. Tommy Bridewell has got the championship trophy in his grasp. But here comes Kyle Ryde, he's got the drive, he's going to switch to the inside. Does he go through on Tommy Bridewell? No. Last chance for him is surely Stirling corner. It's the only place he can get it done, and he's not close enough. And now Bridewell has just got to be clean around the last few corners to get the job done.
Yep.
The checkered flag is being prepared. The last race, the last corner of 2023. Kyle's taken a wide sweeping line, but it surely won't be enough. Glenn Irwin's going to win, but your new British Superbike champion is Tommy Bridewell by half a point. Well, unbelievable scenes. What a season.
What an end to the championship. What a brilliant championship.
And that is great to see after everything that we've had in the last few months.
No shame for any of them. What a brilliant championship.
They all delivered when they needed to, and Tommy's mum and dad cannot believe their eyes, and his wife Stacey as well. Tommy has done it. James, on paper, it looked simple to say that he had to finish behind his teammate in 2 races.
Listen,
but that was not simple.
It was simple to know what you need to do, but carrying it out was almost impossible. Look at that. What an end to the championship that was. Fantastic. Best I've ever seen, I think.
Glenn Irwin, you have to take your hat off to him. He woke up this morning knowing he had to win both races, and he's done exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, the disappointment you can see there, but he couldn't have done much more.
The championship has been won by half a point. There are tears here. Tommy Bridewell, who's had such an emotional career. He started his British Superbike Championship off back in 2007, and it was a horror season for so many reasons. He lost his brother Ollie. He then went to Italy, he came back, and he's been in this championship for so long. He's won more races this year than he had in his entire career.
9 years, yeah.
And now he's finally realised his dream.